easier for me if I turn away to plead. Oh, but there's something holding on, the way you're being long gone. There's so many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Far too many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Time to wake up, time to wake up, baby. Time to wake up, time to wake up. Time to wake up, time to wake up, baby. Time to wake up, time to wake up.
Okay, welcome back. Right now we're going to continue our day 1 module 2, and this is important. We follow through, make sure we don't leave out any parts left behind. And here we go. Day 1 of module 2, key players and consistent profits. Day 1 of module 2-1, identifying consistent profit makers. Now this is a big topic, and this is also one of the challenges that we have trying to solve, how to make 5 to 100% profit return in just one day. The real big chunk of the work was to really detect every single money manager on Wall Street. I'm going to take you through this journey together with me. And then from the product discovery, you begin to understand what is available to you, what is possible in this world that no one actually spend time and so much effort like the Spiking team cracking the Holy Grail. Here we go. Step 1, make sure you're at spiking.com/wealth. And this is the default page. And once you're there, step 2, go to the hamburger menu, click on it, and you open up right over here on the left hand side. Now where we want to go, it's all about investors. We're going to click on investors, and it's shown right here. Now under the array of investors, there's a whole bunch of them. I will highly recommend and advise you guys to really play with them. It takes a lot of effort just to build these products out. And of course, most importantly, how can they help you? So what I'm going to do right now, we're going to showcase a few great examples. Step 1, I'm going to come over here and click on the first one called the top 100. Click on it. Okay. Now what you want to see is on the top panel, the different categories of investors. Now again, just like how we started on module number 1, we say that, and we challenge you that, hey, do you want to go on long-term investing versus short-term trading? There's always a conundrum of the two, long versus short, right? Likewise, in the world of investors, who do you want to mirror? Who do you want to follow? Who do you want to copy? Who do you want to emulate? Who do you want to be part of their inner circle of? Right across here. We are able to break it down into 8 distinct categories. And it's important for you to know each one of the 8. The first one is our proprietary Spiking curated top 100 list. This is important, all right? Now, this is the one that there's a few logic that goes behind, and plus some secret recipe that we put inside. We wanted to know which money managers can move the market. So we are looking things like Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, CNBC, Reuters, Associated Press, and so on. There are many signals out there that we can send out from, but I can tell you over time, everybody will converge. And you will converge to go to one de facto place. And that's the tool you and I, we have been using tonight. There's none other than Twitter. Number one, is backed by the richest man on planet Earth, Elon Musk. Number two, it is right now completely removed of all the government robots. No more bots inside the system. And number three, right now, they are able to pack whether any media out there, is it government funded, privately funded, what's the bias of the media? And this is the most important, because the underlying core question every one of us we are asking is this real or fake news? How many of you understand what I'm asking about? Wave your hands. The question about real or fake news is because you are checking on the authenticity of the media, of the reporter. What is their bias? Who are they funded by? Is it funded by George Soros? Is it funded by the Joe Biden admin? Is it funded by the terrorists? Many, many ways to think about it. So Elon Musk went about to solve this problem by just putting a tag. If you are funded by government, he'll just tell you you're funded by the government. Funded by the public, he'll tell you you're funded by the public. It's a fair game. And the most important thing he has done is to introduce the verified blue tick, which you must pay in order to be a verified blue tick. One step itself got rid of all the bots, all the spams in the world, because no longer can they afford to pay $8 per month for 10,000 bots. They can't do that anymore. So all the signal, all the news stream kind of converge to identify the truth of any story. All right? Now this is for news. What are we doing as Spiking to cross-reference and authenticate the best traders on Wall Street? We are working on it right now. Very, very powerful stuff. I think in the right time I can unveil to you in case somebody, jump ahead of us and take away our idea, right? So what we've done, step one, we categorize into 8 categories. We say, okay, all these guys, we better put them at the right spot so that they can satisfy your investment appetite. So start from top 100. These are your best friends. If you tell me you don't have any friends who are millionaires, billionaires, millionaires or billionaires, they are found right here. Please go and make friends with them. I'm not asking you to physically shake their hands or have dinner with them. No. You make friends with them by talking to them every day. So when I first started, every day I was just talking to all the traders in my own imagination. I'm talking to Warren Buffett, I'm talking to Bill Ackman, Carl Icahn, and so on. Joseph Edelman, and those are everyday conversation. But today you're not only talking to them, you're also looking at what they are doing, right? The next one is the universe of funds. This one is very, very powerful. It's $1 trillion market cap. And I click on it, you can see just easily the top 5. It's the portfolio is 3.8 trillion, 3.3 trillion, that kind of size, right? 1.8 trillion, 1.1 trillion, and close to 1 trillion, right? So these are very, very huge funds. And again, this is where you have to go and find the flavor of your choice. What is really suitable for you. Now, it is not possible that you can follow every single one of them. Humanly, it's not possible. But using robots, we can do that. We can be super, super fast. Next one is the sovereign wealth funds. Click on it. And this is the wealth of the nation. Very conservative. They can't afford to lose. So you have the Nogis Bank right over there. You have the Public Investment Fund. That's from Saudi Arabia, Korea Investment Corp. And then you have Temasek. And if you combine Temasek and GIC, this is $36 billion. it is actually ranked number 2 for Singapore, just below the Northeast Bank, right? So Singapore is a very, very active investor of the US stock market, and you can follow them today. Now, if I go down some more, you'll see names like Her Majesty. This one, I'm not too sure who are the money managers behind it, and I stopped following them after the passing. Likewise, we always look for the star investor, right? Very important. And you go down, have a flavor from Abu Dhabi, Qatar, and so on, right? We got a whole chunk of them right here. Next, we have the pension and retirement funds. The Americans depend on them. Pensioners, retirees, and again, it's very conservative. How about the management team, board of directors, the C-suite? How about the CNBC personalities? This is like the program I watch every single day without fail. And lastly, are the politicians. I want to touch a little bit more about politicians because right now we realize there's something brewing in the world. And this is really very, very disturbing, all right? So number one is the de-dollarization, that everybody is trying to bypass the US dollar system because the sanctions that they impose are too painful and they don't want to become victims of the US sanctions. So they try to bypass the US dollar system, number one. Number two, the implication of the war. Now, as it stands right now, there's an ongoing war, but there are more hidden war that's going to emerge very soon, I think this year. Possibly this month. We do not know, but it is happening. Now, you need to read enough of Twitter to understand what's going on, but it takes some time for you to follow the tweets. Now, that being said, I'm going to look at the politicians here, and one of them is kind of in a very sensitive position. I want to use this to kind of demonstrate. So I go down here. This is all the updated one. Looking for whether I can find this guy. Not yet. Okay, let me just search for his name. Tommy. Oops. Or Tom. Is it popping up? Nope. Or Tube. Hang on, maybe my screen is too big. One more time. There, I do another method. Go to the next page. 1 second. One more page. One more page. Later I'll search for you guys. If it pops up, it should be quite near already. Tom. Thomas. Is it Thomas? Okay, I'll search for it during the break time. I don't want to hold back. But what you get to see over here are all the politicians, what they buy, what they sell. You can see open naked data, right? Now, it's very, very dangerous right now because some of them are betting that Taiwan semiconductor will be blown apart the moment China invades Taiwan. And they are going all out to buy the put options of this particular stock. So that was what I wanted to share with you. But in a short while later on, I'll show you where to look at it, all right? So we have all these 8 categories here. What do we do with them? I'm going to go to top 100 to instruct you how to find them and then how to make use of the data, all right? So here we go. Top 100. And you'll see right here. These are very important. Look at these 3 red boxes I've drawn. All right? It shows how many of the stocks are below the average price paid by Warren Buffett. These are all opportunities. You can buy below him right now. Now, if we know him as the value investor and you're buying below his price, you are the value of the value investor. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Wave your hands. You're buying cheaper than him already, right? So he done the work and then you buy cheaper than him. So this part, go and monitor. But there's a backdrop behind these numbers. What is the backdrop? Many of them started like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Warren Buffett started in 1965, on the same day of the independence of Singapore, 1965. They started the same year, all right? So over time, it is reasonable to assume that he must have more stocks above his average cost because he has amortized over like 50 years of his trading journey. Now, then there'll be those whereby you got more stocks in the red as opposed to the green. That's because his trading journey is not that long. All right? So it's a question of how we started the class on Module 1, long-term versus short-term. Then this is the part where you find the hidden gems. We call it new. Is it a virgin first trade for them? Or increase means he has an existing position, he increased his position, or he dumped the whole stock, or he reduced his existing position. All right? Again, these are the 4 indicators. So if you look across like this, you say, wow, there's really a lot of data to look at, right? So many. Which one should I go? I give you a clue. Go for the one that has a single digit. Like very small numbers here. Those are the rare ones. Go look for the small numbers, all right? These are all big numbers. You can't have so much time and energy go through each one of them. Look for the small numbers like this one. 1 new, 1 sold all, 1 reduced. Very easy to understand, right? Go down. This 2 new stocks, 2 sold all, single digit, right? 2 increase, 2 reduce. Very simple trades. 1 new by David Blood, and this one is 1 reduced. All right. So you play with the numbers here. Now, I'm not teaching you any strategy here other than the fact that to show you what you can possibly find. First, we found it. Second, you use the information to find whatever you're searching for. At least right now, you have a complete data bank of every single money manager. All right? So let me start off right here. I want to demonstrate the classic example. And this is Warren Buffett. And I want to use this classic example to correlate with a great stock called Tesla. All right? Now, Warren Buffett has not invested into Tesla yet. I want to know what it takes for him to put the first dollar into Tesla. I'm waiting for this signal. Okay? Now, he has invested into General Motors, which is a traditional car manufacturer, but just don't have the foresight, the engineering team as compared to Tesla. Why did Warren Buffett invest in GM and not Tesla? Things will change. So let me show you how I think about this issue. He invested a total of 50 stocks. Total portfolio value, 324 billion. First great stock is Apple. And we can click here on Apple. Click on it. Now, the moment you arrive at this page, this is a very, very important page. Many students found their hidden gems inside here. Okay? So you want to go back to a point in time where you've invested into a stock for the first time. And that was in 2016. Not that far away. Right there. And we will know because it will show you new. And we are looking under total shares owned, this column, right? So you always track back on the first day he invested in. Then you see how he built up the portfolio so that Apple occupies almost half of its net worth today. Now, obviously, the first time he went in, he didn't take up his entire portfolio to buy, right? He only bought like $1 billion right here. Okay? So you watch this number here, 1 billion, and how this number increased over time. 1.5 billion, 1.6, 6.4 billion. And then he did one crazy move. One shot bought 10 billion and went up to 16.8 billion. And that was the biggest, not the biggest yet, the biggest one was here, 12 billion one shot. The biggest purchase ever made by Warren Buffett, 12 billion. Okay? And then the rest is he start to decrease the purchase amount, right? So, coming back to here again, Q1 2016, first time he bought, and he bought over 1 year period. Still not good enough. Second year 2017, again whole year he bought. So that's how I look at the data. And from this point onwards, he keep increasing the bets. And finally, Q1 2018, the biggest bet ever made by Warren Buffett, right here. $12.7 billion, one single bet. And you can see the numbers, 16 to 19, 19 to 20, 20 to 27, and then it jumped 40 billion. That means he showed his hands already, all right? So, why am I showing you this? Because I believe one day, eventually, he has to buy Tesla. He cannot run away from that. It's a question of when. But if you look at the time when he bought into Apple, why it took him so long? It was only in 2016, right? And we were playing. I was the generation that we played with iPod, and then from iPod we started, and from there then gradually moved to iPhone, right? So 2016 was already like late in the game. He went in late when he realized the timing was right. So 2018 Q1 is exactly what you want to see. And remember this number, and I'll show you how that happened. So I open up a duplicate tab. Now I go and look for BlackRock. All right, as a buyer of the market. So same step as what I done with Warren Buffett. Scroll down, and BlackRock number one portfolio is Apple. But what's the big difference? Only 4.94% of his entire portfolio. Okay? Click on Apple, go through the same step, and here we go. Alright, I'm looking at this column here where the total share value is like 1.3 consistently. And then look over here. Here we go. This is the quarter that he went completely nuts. From 1.3, it jumped to 40.6 billion. Q1 2017. Okay? So we try to understand what has fundamentally changed that suddenly they went like so crazy over Apple. Okay? So Q1 2017, which is like right here, Q1 2017, Warren Buffett went in with 10 billion. BlackRock went in with 40 billion. You tell me, where got such thing as so coincidental? It is not possible, right? So among the big money managers, they somehow they seem to be buying at the same time. How many realize that? Wave your hands, right? So we are trying to look for this kind of big purchase, and not one of them, but many of them, or a few of them coming together to set the floor price of the stock. And that's exactly what they done in Q1 2017. So I'm going to take this information. I go to the chart right now. AAPL Q1 2017. And you can do the same exercise like me. All right? Q1 2017 means around here. Or maybe I do another easier way. I'll do like this. 2017. 2017. Okay, here we go. 18. Just trying to arrange. Okay, Q1 2017 is exactly right here. All right? And can you see from that point onwards, the price has not gone below. They have set the price floor. The price has gone up. So this is how we establish good money managers will always set a price floor, not themselves, but through a combination of a few of them combining their firepower together. This is exactly what BlackRock and Warren Buffett did together, setting up a price floor, and that's it. The price cannot go below. And that's how they've been milking this company like non-stop, right? So if I spread open right now, you can see also 2017, that's half of the box here. That's exactly like this. That's why I encourage you guys to keep drawing around here. That was the box. The price has never gone below this box. Look at this. So awesome. Okay? So a few ways to play with the data. Now you understand this already. You say, wow, this is like crazy. Yes. Because we are on module 2-1, identifying consistent profit makers. The consistency is defined by what? Is defined by them setting a price floor. From that point onwards, the price couldn't go below it. Wave your hands if you understand this. Okay? And that price floor can only be strong provided they dump a whole bunch of money on top of it. It's like laying concrete, laying cement. And then it hardens. And from that point onwards, it cannot go below the ground already. So that's why we cannot just chase after one or two or three superheroes. We need all of them, the complete data. And in our spiking definition, anyone who puts in $100 million or more, they are in our radar forever. Whether 100 million drop to 50 million, then bounce back to 200 million, they are forever in our data. The moment it goes above 100 million, that's how we build it, all right? So this is very powerful stuff. And look at my hand. Only in the US market, where you have 50% institution and the other 50% the retail investors. That's why you have the spiking up opportunity. You can't get this in other domestic market, like in Singapore, institution will be like overly rated compared to the retail. Malaysia is the same, and this is very common in the Middle Eastern exchanges. Institution is overwhelmingly bigger than the retail, so they can't have the spike up of the candles. So thereby completing module 2-1. Now once we've gone through this, I open up the floor for a short question after we complete the next module, 2-2, all right? Day 1 of Module 2-2, examining strategies and techniques used by successful traders. So the strategies and techniques that they deploy really depends a lot on their money management rules. So I'm going to show you how to go about getting the data again one more time. So here we go. Now I'm going to show you the example of Katie Wood. Go to investors right here. Again, we are still on the investors on the left. Right over here. And the very first one, insiders to the power of 3. Please go and click on it. Click on it. And then we have got Katie Wood. Right? So she is really famous for launching the ETF exchange traded funds, which is basically a fixed income product, which is basically just a basket of a few ideas put together, just like a mini index, right? Now her ability is that she's so good at raising money. People just keep throwing money at her. I think the reason for that because she practiced like complete transparency. Whatever she does is strip naked every day. She does a lot of engagement with the community and so on. So investors like this approach, then they give her a lot of money. But you look at the portfolio right now. I'm talking about the entire ETF under Katie Woods. Innovation, autonomous, fintech, genomic, internet, including space, travel, all right? So everything already found right here. So, how do we go about doing that? So here we go. You scroll down. Right now, she has 123 stocks in her entire ETF holdings. And look at her first page. Everything in red color. Some of you start to disappear off the screen already, and angels, please look out. Those disappear, we can put them to the waiting room, or else they will keep asking me questions that I already taught already. Okay? It means that her portfolio right now is red, bloody red, which is very common for insiders who invest into tech stocks because it's very volatile. So if you want a shoulder to cry on, you want to draw some comfort, you can visit Katie Wood every day. Please say yes. All right. This is all red. You can buy below her average price. All red color. All right. But does it stop her from buying more? No, she's buying some more. To the point that we call it buying the falling knives. What the heck is going on? Why is she buying the following knives? Because we are into this module 2.2, examining strategies and techniques used by successful traders, right? Now, she is damn successful because she's the top Wall Street hedge fund manager of the year in 2020. So take a look, all here, right? You scroll down, very difficult to find one green. This one, the only green is what? Pager duty, right? Very difficult. This one is going to go red anyway because the current price 32, going to hit red very, very soon, all right? So you go right here and click on step 2. Step 2. Then this is where another flavor for you. Her one is more like nerve-wracking because it's like almost every day one. She'll keep buying on. All right, she keep buying every single day. Every single day she's buying. Okay. So the amount right now start to get smaller and smaller. She used to buy by the millions. Right now it's like 100,000, 40,000, 3,000, and so on. All right. So you can see these are the ones that she's been buying up. Unity Software, Exact Sciences, DraftKings, and so on. Some she's selling. And I go on right here, page 2. This is again down here, the different ones that she's buying, selling. I want to show you Tesla. Hold on, that she sold Tesla to buy Coinbase. I can't remember which date is that. Recent 2 weeks. Anyway, you have to keep playing with the data. I found it. Coinbase, she went in to buy. Alright, even though it's like super depressed already, she's still buying. Then she must raise money somewhere in order for her to have cash to buy some more, right? So this is the part. She's buying Coinbase, and she's selling JD and Xpeng to raise money. And click on page 6. Where's our Tesla? Still not showing up yet. Page 6. Page 7. Hold on a minute. Page 7. Page 8. I think we are very near already. Tesla. Page 9. Oh, you. Page 9. I can't remember which page already. Anyway, let's go back to step 1, fundamental. Maybe I start from here. Is it here? No. Yeah, so if you click on Tesla on the Katie Wood page, it will show you something different. This is the part that her average price is the one represented in the yellow, right? So this is her average price. And then of course, right now no, this is the stock price. The stock price that went below her average price. Her average price is whole cluster down here. This is her average price, right? So stock price is below her average price, and so on. So we try to build something out like this to explain clearly, visually, what it means to study the strategy and techniques used by successful trader. All right, so that's another way that you can play it. The last example I'm going to give you is Temasek. So let's go to Temasek right now. And here we go. Sovereign Wealth Fund of Singapore, Temasek. So 74 holdings. And you compare Temasek to Katie Wood. Holy moly. All green. Right? So that's another extreme. They are really, really good. Only got caught by Roblox, caught by Swap, ETF, but the rest is all green. Caught by Amazon, it's okay. Yeah. So that's how good Temasek is. And again, you can go inside, click on the step 2 to see what are the ones that they've been buying or selling, right? Like for example, this month, 5th of April, they went in to buy $1 billion worth of Alibaba. Average cost, $100, right? So you can see all this playing out in front of us. They also went to buy a ChatGPT company, which is NVIDIA, right here, right? So these are the significant plays, Alibaba and ChatGPT. So after you see this, you can go and double check against the stock chart. And the stock chart is hovering about $100 per share. So they are about the average price right now. So this is where they are. And just now I just checked on my IB, I got kicked out of Alibaba with a small profit because I placed the trailing limit too close already. So they kicked me out. So this, again, is another demonstration of how you use it. All right. So very clearly, right now you've gone through 2 things. Number 1, the 8 categories of investors. Number 2, we examine the strategy, go behind the scene, reverse engineer from day one they invest, until every day how they go about buying, selling the same stock. So we completed modules 2-2. Now, once we completed that, there's one more step, and that is this. Day one of module 2-3, emphasizing risk management and capital preservation. Now, usually when it comes to this topic, I want to live demonstrate to you so that you get the maximum impact. So this is how I'm going to do it. Here we go. All right. Here we go. So please make sure you got this down, and it's like part of your permanent memory. Golden commandment. All right. And the golden commandment says that thou shall not invest more than 5% of your capital. Very important. Into any single trade. This is the golden commandment. Especially more so when you just started out. Now, at the very beginning, because you haven't gone through the baptism of fire, you do not know how to handle your fear and greed, the best way to contain your emotions is to stick to this rule. Thou shalt not invest more than 5% of your capital into any single trade. So numerically, what it means is this. Let's say your capital equals $10,000, right? So what you're going to do with this capital of $10,000 is multiply by 5% equals to $500. That means any position that you go into, you can only buy up to maximum $500. So don't care about the stock price, don't care about options premium. You just say, I go and set aside $500 to play Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, and so on. Only $500, all right? So thereby, does it limit your potential to play in the stock market? I got good news to share with you. With the recent advances in technology, the brokerage house today is able to offer you fractional trading. That means if a stock price is trading at, let's say, $500 per share, and you go in place not one share, but buy 0.1 share, all right? So instead of paying for $500 per share, you only pay $50 to own 0.1 share of the company. Wave your hands if you understand this, all right? So fractional trading is right now very, very real. That's how they got more and more retail investors into the stock market to start investing their capital. So this is the part I'm talking about. Now, once you combine all this, then only at the more advanced stage, like how I became like the largest retail investor into Facebook, because that's what we call high conviction stock. I literally like show hand. All right. I put a lot of money into Facebook. I'm one of the biggest traders in the country. That one takes time for you to build up. You don't rush into it. So once you're ready for that later on, you will have certain field or development and so on that you know certain stocks, you're in it for the ride. So in my lifetime, I got 5 great stocks that made me very, very rich. One move, boom, lift off everything. All right. So, but again, not easy to share with you because not everyone can go through the kind of pain. If it's all smooth to the moon, very easy. Make money, any idiot can make. But when it goes against you, how you survive, that is an art. So I want to encourage you, don't put yourself in that state yet. Stick to this golden commandment. All right. So thereby, we finish Module 2-3. Now we finished Module 2-3, we can right now sum it up and we can open up the floor for questions before we go to the next part of the presentation to prepare for the live trading, all right? So let me open up the questions right now. Any questions for module 2? Here we go. All right, let me fire off the tweet. You have 1 minute. Please try to respond on the tweet fast, right? As I saw in the break just now, some of you are like responding like after I close the tweet, you are still responding. So here we go. Please go and do this right now.
I wanna hear you say that you only want me. That you only want me. Some kind of magic, you came into my life, and with that bedhead, you give me falling twice. Yeah, you're an angel, and always on my mind. I wanna love you like I do on my own. Yeah, this is what it's about when it's just you and I, and the stars in the sky, and the heart of the motor. There's so much better alone. If I could live all my life tonight, where I live on the road, I wouldn't die, 'cause there's nothing I want more. I wanna stay by your side, yeah. I'm never gonna let you go. Tell me I'm the one you're thinking of. I wanna hear you say that you only want me.
Okay, good. We got questions coming in. Let's tackle the first few questions first. Number 1 from K Bear. What parts of the Spiking software is not available to us in this course? So the good news is all parts are available to you. So right now you're going through it, you can click on every single button out there is available to you, right? If you need help, reach out to our angels. Next, couldn't see and open the content on insider section. What do I need to change? Couldn't see. I don't understand what's your question, so you have to be more specific. And can you check with our angels or what happened? What are you trying to click? I also not too sure. Can you be very specific, Krishna? Liz, what are 5 companies you traded to hit the big time? One of them is Facebook, really, really big. The other one is the Twitter of China. So I'm very much into like the Twitter space. So this company is called Sina.com. All right. So this guy, the owner, is a real trader, and he has moved on to launch his next venture, is electric trucks. All right. So I was supposed to take part in his second IPO, but I missed the time frame. But this CEO, his name is called Charles Chow, CHAO, is a damn good trader. He's not just a CEO, he's also a trader himself. So I made a lot of money with him. The other 3 I shall not disclose. Over time, when you all spend time with me, then I'll slowly teach you more stuff, all right? So one of them is, I think you're going to hit really, really big by 2025. All right, so let's see what it goes. Okay, so far, okay, good. Any other last questions on module number 2? Before we invest in a particular stock, look into whether those big investors are in it and at almost the same time. Yes. So Eric, you're trying to formulate right now the process we call the strategy or the method. This is what you're trying to formulate right now. Oh, there's so many good data, so many good ideas, so many good investors. How should I make full use of the data? You are going through this phase, which is important. And I want you to think aloud first, because later on when I unveil to you our unique method, then you see whether there's alignment or not. then you see and challenge yourself whether can you do things much better than us. All right. So that's always I challenge all the students to think about. Some contents for Katie Wood was blocked. How do I unlock? Now for Katie Wood, Warren Buffett, and Temasek, for those daily trades, they are blocked to you. All right. But if you go to the individual page, you can see the quarterly trades. So because the daily trades are very, very expensive data, so that one I think is not shown to you yet. For Tat Yong, for us under these 2 days training, the insiders content are not open to us, can let us view. So I think you guys are referring to Katie Wood and Temasek. Please confirm, are you all referring to these two? Raise your hands. Yes? Okay. So let me work with our angels tomorrow and let's see whether they are in time to open up to you all, right? From Pius, enjoyable and knowledgeable so far, that's good. Ting Lam, our Katie Wood screen has been covered. Yeah, we talked about this already. Other than that, I want to show you another interesting thing that is not just the trades itself. What you all need really is this. Hold on, let me show you. Okay, I was looking for the Tesla one, right? Found it. 13th of Jan. Okay, what you are really looking for is this. Here we go. You want an email notification system. So this is sent to our paying subscribers who subscribe to the Katie Wood, Temasek, and Warren Buffett, right? Because every day they got trades coming in one. So for example, 13th of January 2023, she went in to buy Tesla for 20 million. All right? And thereby at a point in time set the floor price also. So every day we'll send out this kind of trade notification if you're a subscriber of the three guys, Temasek, Katie Wood, and Warren Buffett. And then the amount that she went in to buy, so how much she bought that for that day, $24 million. And which stocks that she's selling, we also show you. Whole bunch here, right? So this is only exclusive to the subscribers of Katie Wood, Warren Buffett, and Temasek. Okay, I'm done on this part. Let me just close this off. Okay, some more questions. Any last questions? And then we're going to prepare for the live trading, right? For example, yeah, because I think this one, you're not a subscriber to it, is closed only to our paying subscribers. So maybe I made a mistake on it, all right? My apologies. Okay, we are done on this one. That's good. And with that, we are right now going to the next module, which is module number 3. And that will give us the stage to share with you about our very, very proprietary, what we call the fiat method. All right. So here we go. Let me set up the stage. And here we go. I think today we can complete all the way until module 3. And then for tomorrow, we complete module number 4 for day 1. Day 1 of module 3, stock price spikes and their causes. Day 1 of module 3-1, exploring stock price spikes. This is super important module, and from this point onwards, I urge all of you to please give your best attention. Now, exploring stock price spikes. How do we go about doing that? So now you have understood how we approach the whole matter. Now the matter is boils down to this. Look at our presentation here. And you realize that, holy moly, we are going really in-depth. How many of you find that this is a very in-depth class already? I really try to cover every possible blind spot that we can ever think about. Don't miss out. But the overarching presentation is mastering short-term strategies for 5 to 100% in one day. 5 to 100% in one day. Okay? Now, this is the overall arching objective. And we go through the whole entire journey from Module 1, long-term investing, short-term trading. Module 2, we look at who been there, done that, who are really investing in the market. And comes to Module 3, then that's where the real question got fired out to you, and you start to think really, really hard. Wow, how do I start thinking about stock price spikes and their causes? So this is the journey that we need to go through together. And here we go. Step 1. Spiking.com/wealth. Okay, we are there already. And then, top left-hand corner, hamburger menu. Click on it. And this is the part we go into stocks AI. Right over here. Okay? Now, there are some other goodies that we kind of hide inside our software. I want to refer to you to look at spikes. So spikes is shown right here. These are the different reasons or catalysts or triggers that cause the stock price to spike. In fact, the complete list is about 88 of them. The common ones will include earnings analysts, IPOs, FDA approval, notes offering dividend index addition, strategy bond, stock buyback delisting, IPO, media, resignation, stock split. These are the common ones. But there are also many, many rare ones out there, right? Now, on that note, then we begin to unveil one very important data point. And what's the data point? We want to look into the concept of this. Here we go. We start from here. And in fact, this is my trading diary. Most of you wouldn't know, but it's my trading diary from the year 2000 where I started. And I project all the way out to the year 2030. That will complete my 30 years journey as a trader. Still far from perfect. I think I got another 20 years more to contribute. Not 20, 25 years more to contribute. And I think by the time I hit 2050, I will be among the top traders in the world. All right, so it's a question of who can run the long distance. So that's how I see my trading journey. And likewise, I encourage you, start from here. What is your first year? My first year is year 2000. All right, and I start accumulating my score. Now, I'm showing you this because I'm going to take you through to this place here. The very, very beginning, right? It all started for my search. What is the best instrument out there that can help me become rich very fast, like majority of the millionaires and the billionaires out there? And I found the answer. Either in cryptos, options, or stocks. That's the most liquid instrument right here. Right? These are the most liquid instrument. Anytime you want to buy, anytime you want to sell, there's a ready market for it. And for the longest time, I got many friends around me who asked me to go into forex trading, commodities trading, property investing. They also call it property subsale. Many, many other things. All right? So you are going through the same thing. I'm sure you got distracted. You got friends telling you this thing is good, that thing is good, and many, many things are good out there, right? So what is the logic that will stabilize your thinking? Because if you don't settle this down, what happens often than not, you will become jack of all trades, master of none. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Wave your hands. And it's very sad one, when you know every damn thing out there, but you don't know in depth enough, right? And it takes time. One of the things that challenged me is the accumulation of what we call the 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours. You know, typically the average time it takes to accumulate 10,000 hours is about 7 to 10 years. When I first started options trading, it took me 5 years to hit 10,000 hours. I was like working non-stop. Really, really crazy, all right? So, really non-stop. I mean, you can just take out your... Depends on how committed you are, right? So let me try to find some tools out here to show you. Let me show you this tool. Here we go. All right. So, are we ready for this? So here we go. So you start off with 10,000 hours right here, all right? And you can read many books from Malcolm Gladwell to Robert Greene. These are very, very prominent authors in our generation. And everybody expound on the idea that we should break that 10,000 hours barrier. Whether you're a sportsman, musician, trader, you're an artist, whatever you endeavor to become. All right, so let's start with 10,000 hours. Now, if you take an accelerated pace like me, I want to show you how many hours you need to put in. All right, it took me 5 years divided by 5. That means each year I must put in 2,000 hours. Okay, so 10,000 divided by 5 years is 2,000 hours. Now 1 year you got 52 weeks. Let's say you get 2 weeks off as a break. Just divide by 50 weeks. Each week you need to spend 40 hours. Okay? Now 1 week for the stock market, the good news is you only have 5 trading days, unlike the crypto market. You divide by 5 trading days. You need to spend 8 hours per night. Let me show you how I spend my 8 hours per night. All right. Typically, back then, I entered the market 2 hours before the opening bell. So let me go into here. So 8:30, 9:30 minus 2, 7:30. So that's 7:30 p.m. Singapore time. And you plus 8. 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30. About closing bell about 4 a.m. Singapore time. That's how you get that 8 hours per day over the 5 trading days. I'm not too sure how many of you are really, really excited about becoming a full-time trader, but that's what I did in my first 5 years. I did 5 crazy years. Bachelor, I went all out. My first instrument was options trading, not stocks. I spent 5 years just doing options trading and not stocks. And that's how I accumulated my 10,000 hours. How many of you are game enough to break the 10,000 hours, wave your hands. So few hands only, now all surrender already. Right? Now, if you don't want to work at the kind of pace, then you just multiply by 2. I did it in 5 years, you can do it in 10 years, just times 2. Then every day you just commit 4 hours. So often than not, when I go to the public speaking, when, I really meet the live public audience where they can talk back at me because I'm facing them. They will say, hey, how long it takes to become a millionaire? And then I ask them, how much you are willing to commit? They don't know what it takes, They don't understand the hard work behind. There's no shortcut. So I calculated for you the 10,000 hours. I also show you the path to hit an accelerated pace in 5 years, but averagely about 7 to 10 years. All right? So if you're willing to commit the kind of time, you're going to be a master of this topic. But what you're getting out from me over the 2 days is everything I know over the last 23 years, I distill it in a very simple manner so that you can absorb first round. Please confirm you're absorbing something from me. I didn't make it complicated for you. I didn't give you all the mathematical equations, the 56 different options trading strategies. I didn't give you all that. I tried to distill it very simple so that the main objective is here. What I discover is the instrument must be the instrument that proven over time people really become millionaires. And that's cryptos, options, and stocks. And if you still can't grab yourself around this concept, then making money is not for you. You will always be distracted on. So I believe, next year I turn 50. I'm 50 years old officially next year. And I will be starting a new journey with new instruments. And one of the instruments I want to get into, I think I'm ready for Forex. But it must be backed by very, very good data. So we are working on that next phase of growth for our business and all that. And for myself as a trader. Because Forex allows me to really bet really big on macro events. Now, we settle down on the instrument. We settle down on the number of hours to get you to the stage of mastery. Then the next thing is, what caused the stock price to spike is war. Which many of you heard my explanation. You must have a wow event. You must have an announcement date. And it must be recurring so that it's repeatable and you can keep making money off it. So of all the 100 different spike reasons out there, the moment I put out the concept of war as a criteria to kill them off, we are only left with a few left standing that fulfill the concept of the bill. There must be a big wow event. A, there must be an announcement date so that we can plan ahead to get in before the spike happens. And R, it is repeatable so that we can consistently make money from the same stock. And what is the most consistent of fulfilling the war concept? Number one is earnings, which I'm going to demonstrate to you using daily bread. Number two is FDA announcement, which is all about, all the drugs, all the medicine, going through phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 clinical trial approval by the FDA, boom, the stock price spike up 100, 200, 300%. And these two are the most common. And number three is when everybody, I'm talking about every money manager on Wall Street, agree on the stock that must go up. And that's found in triangulation. So these three are core products: daily bread based on earnings, resurrection based on FDA announcement, and triangulating 3 data points. Number one, all the money managers on Wall Street. Number two, among the top 100 money managers, they must agree. And number three, the current flavor, the seasonality of the market. And what is the hottest thing that's in the market right now? ChatGPT. This is the next wave after cloud computing. All right. Now, in fact, if any one of you are not using the ChatGPT every day, you are in trouble. You are very behind already. I'm using this tool every single day, Mondays to Sunday, on my phone, on my laptop, on my desktop, everywhere I go. Because I'm training my mind to think like a robot right now. I'm forcing myself through the 10,000 hours mastery. And I know every day I apply it, I will get there about 8 years, not 5 years. That one's too much. It will take me about 8 to 9 years to think like a ChatGPT robot. That I know what to ask precisely to get the precise answer from the robot. So how many of you know that the most difficult part about ChatGPT is the prompt? What questions to ask? Raise your hand. How many of you actually try it? You ask nonsense, you get nonsense answer. You ask very precise, all the answers come out. So it's about training your mind to get to the level similar to the robot. All right? So again, I want to make a disclaimer. Not everyone is like me, fanatical about chasing wisdom. Some people just love the shortcut. And they say this class is too difficult to survive the 2 days. But I will just teach as it is, because I believe this is the new world order. All right? Now from there, then and only then, you see how the evolution happens. It started from cozy, then moved down to war. Then we define the methodology to assess whether a company is great enough to spike up tomorrow. So this is the entire evolution. Again, the overarching thinking and the wisdom behind it is, number one, we always ask, to the best of the best, they believe in it. If none of the top 100 believe in it, I walk away. Because the best ideas will be found among the 100. Will the stock spike? And the question is, will it spike? If it can't even spike, then forget it. Don't waste your bloody time. Right? So, this is exactly what we've gone through today. Conundrum between investing long-term versus short-term trading. But if there's no spike, you are killed already. Number two, if there's no money managers that we can detect, then you can't extract the best ideas among the top 100, you are also killed already. And number three, most important of all, do we have a method to catch the spike? That sums up the framing of the whole design strategy in combination with the methodology just to catch the spike tomorrow. Okay? I really painstakingly go through this review slow, so that you really understand how we evolve the product. Now, I'm going to show you right now. This is the part. So, we evolve from 1 day, which is daily bread, 1 month, which is resurrection, 1 quarter, which is triangulation, and then we have 1 year, which is the greatest of all time. All right? And after I design the greatest of all time, I say not good enough. We must design you only live once, YOLO, which all of our students know that I'm a big believer of Bitcoin. This is you only live once coin. And finally, I believe China will rise up and dominate the world stage. And by then, you must be ready for grit to take care of your 3 generations. And that's the reason why 2030, from that point onwards, will be the year of the Bitcoin. So all this really sums up to one thing. This is the big picture view, a master plan. And it started from which is the first year you started investing. Now today, if I'm your first teacher teaching you, congratulations, you should write down 2023 is the first year you started investing, and then you start plotting your chart, your graph. I started from here, 2000. And then you see the transformation of the world that passes through us. Back then we were dealing with SARS, 2008 meltdown, and then 5G started in the year 2020. And then we always put down the presidential election year 2020, 2024, 2021, COVID-19, 2022, Beijing Olympics went on as per normal. 2023, the prolonged war of Ukraine and Russia that will evolve and emerge into possibly a third world war. We will know this year. And then finally 2025, 2026, under the new president, we will have to develop the new zero to hero reflection and ambition. Some of you gone through with me zero to hero reflection as well as ambition the past 2 to 3 years. How many of you gone through that? Wave your hands. I think not all of you, some of you. And you know it's very powerful. It's thematic. All right? So by the time we have a new president, we'll evolve the new team for 2025, 2026. And by the time 2027, 2027 will be the launch of iCar using iMusic as the real deal, right? But I think they are right now a bit behind the time. I'm more worried for Apple when Elon Musk launched the new phone. All right. 2028 will be next election. 2029 is called the God of Chaos. And 2030, that is the year I believe SpaceX will go IPO. Do or die, don't ask why. I will show hand everything into SpaceX. All right. So every one of us got one chance to have that major breakthrough. And like Liz was asking me, which are the 5 chances I did. I made a lot of money based on the 5 stocks. That changes everything. Now, you're going to have this chance coming out soon, but are you ready for it? Have you gone through the baptism fire to know about your own appetite for risk and reward? Because if not, even if the opportunity presents in front of you, you wouldn't dare to touch it. And let me tell you the really crazy joke. 2019 was the year I started telling everybody buy Bitcoin. Nobody want to follow me. 2020, I do a live trading. I say, I put $250,000, let's go in together. And I'll keep increasing my bets. Nobody dare to follow me. Only a few. The few that follow me made money. All right? And by the time the price of Bitcoin went to 20, 30,000, then people start to enter at a higher price. So that depends on your appetite for risk. All right? How many of you enjoyed the presentation until this point in time with your hands? Also, okay? So please keep your energy high. Your video camera should be on, or else you'll be transferred to the waiting room. With that, we shall start module 3. Here we go. We left off at this part. All the different spikes, go and play with them. And you want to be a master of it, spend time. Don't take the shortcut. Really have to study each one of them here. But I'm going to go to stocks and click on Daily Bread. So please do that together with me. And here we go. This is exactly what I've gone through with you on my own trading timeline. There are 8 categories of timing to detect a spike. Remember, we are all about catching a spike. You can either catch the spike in 1 week, 1 day, using Daily Bread, or 1 month using Resurrection, 1 quarter triangulation, 1 year GOAT, greatest of all time, 1 election cycle, 4 years doing a stock buyback, 1 decade chasing $1 trillion market cap company, 1 lifetime, Bitcoin, grid, 3 generation, free up your entire family, including up to your grandchildren generation. all right? So this is the 8 time frame. Now what we're going to do to prepare for tomorrow, tonight we'll enter a position. And this is, I believe, the best way to teach you about catching a spike rather than give you the theory. So we're going to go through right now, starting from here. Day 1 of Module 3-1, exploring stock spikes, stock price spikes. We've shown some of the examples just now. Day 1 of Module 3-2, investigating fundamental factors causing the price spikes, which we'll go through the fiat method. Day 1 of Module 3-3, evaluating technical factors causing the price spikes, which is what we're going to do in the fiat method. And then tomorrow we'll continue with module number 4. All right? So with that, here we go. I'm on Daily Bread screen right now. Make sure you're looking at the same. And right now we are at the start of the earnings season, very, very busy period. And that's why you can see kind of many, many examples here for us to look at. All right, here we go. Number 1, look over here. Daily bread means the robot will tell you every day what you should look at, how you prioritize your time. All right. So today, the robot is telling us there are 35 companies announcing earnings. After the bell, as well as tomorrow before the opening bell. So I don't care whether they are announcing after the bell or tomorrow before the opening bell. They belong to the same group, 35. Wave your hands if you understand this. Yes? Okay, good. Then the challenge is how to study the 35 different stocks. That's a lot to study. And I wanted to build something that's very, very productive, efficient for you, because I know most of you cannot you cannot spend 8 hours per day just looking at trading. You're not that passionate yet. I know, because some of you until now video camera is still off. All right, so I know you're not passionate one. Those who are passionate really sit through, really observe, really follow tight one, right? So I know it's okay, but it's not okay when your camera is off. So come back to here, all right? So we design a method based on the most powerful metric that I believe that can complete all the due diligence that we need to do. This is called a universe net purchase metric. Right there. What does it mean? So over here, the robot has sorted out for us in a way that it is based on the descending value of the universe net stock purchase. JP Morgan 4.9 billion, United Health 4.1 billion, Wells Fargo's 1.9 billion, descending down, right? BlackRock 1 billion, Citigroup 790 million, Progressive 360 dropped even more. Sigma Lithium 558 million, Adams 32 million, Hingham 14 million, and you go on down. All right? Go on down. Go to page 2, just to have a feel of it, all right? See every one of them. So right now, page 2, let's start from the top, 2.4, 2.3, 2.1, and it's all positive. There's no one negative yet. All positive. So literally, these 35 companies, they all have a positive net purchase. Now, what does it mean? What does it mean for JP Morgan to have a universe net stock purchase of 4.9 billion. So please look. Every day, there are traders on Wall Street that will buy, sell the stocks of JP Morgan. Some buy, some sell. Retail traders will also come in, some buy, some sell, right? But because now, as in now, we're about to play to catch the spike tomorrow, the robot will have to tell us the snapshot. Say, no problem, every day there's some people buying, some people selling, but now I'm about to enter, bang! The robot takes a snapshot and tell us the net $4.9 billion. This is what the robot does. Save a lot of time. Basically, there are more buyers believing the price will go up as opposed to believing the price will go down. That's why it's a net purchase, positive purchase. Okay? Now, this is one signal. But does this signal represent everything? Yes and no, depends. Number one, 4.9 billion, you can look at it as a signal to represent the due diligence conducted by all these money managers, and the money managers only do one thing: complete the due diligence and make a decision, let's buy the stock. So the moment they put money into the market, it is a sign of due diligence completion. So you can ask yourself, can you do a better job than the money managers out there on Wall Street who are doing this for full-time while you're doing this part-time? Or the money managers on Wall Street got far more resources than you to conduct their due diligence. They got analysts under them, they got MBAs, PhDs under them, they got a lot of contacts. Number three, perhaps the bosses of all these companies, they got a personal friendship with the CEO of the public listed company. Many things you cannot see at the front end, but when you get behind back end on the board meeting, you hear all the secrets. So, for example, I sit on the board of public listed companies as independent director. I got to hear all, they got to tell me everything. If they don't tell me everything, they're in trouble. That's my job as an independent director, all right? So you see this as a very, very powerful metric, but perhaps it's not good enough. Not complete yet, but it's the first test to filter out all the noises in the marketplace. Wave your hands if you understand this. If not, you'll be going everywhere looking for ideas without formulating what exactly is my investment criteria. What I'm putting you through is to force you to come up with your criteria. What is your criteria? But if you don't have a criteria to begin with, then that's where you're going to run everywhere. So let me come back to here. And typically, I look for more than $1 billion net positive purchase. Right? So remember, we were struggling with something just now. Let me show you what we were struggling with. We go back to here, spiking up and down. We start from January this year until today. Apply. And we say, damn it, the robot caught so many spiking up. Some is a big percentage spiking up, some is a small percentage spiking up. But the robot did catch them. And I challenge you all with a question. How about those that the robot didn't catch? Like here, I scroll down, 200%. Wow, heartache. How the hell this guy spike up without my knowledge? Right? These are the kind of questions that keep me awake. Cannot sleep. I say, I have to solve this one. Because the moment I can solve this one, it makes my life damn easy, right? How the hell all these guys blindsided us? Is there a better method to do this? Maybe there is, we have not found it yet. But does it mean we give up now? No. I tell you, I've been chasing this Holy Grail for 23 years of my life already. 23 years of my investing journey. I'm still chasing it. So maybe I chased the wrong thing because I never chased marketing, you know. There are many players out there every day just do marketing on Facebook, YouTube, and all that kind of stuff. I never do that. I just every day chase the product. And people are telling me I'm crazy. They say you should do more video, do more podcasts, write more articles. I say I got no time to do that. Because this is a much more interesting problem for me to solve. How many of you agree with me on this? Oh, make some noise!
I try so hard to fade away.
I try to share with you what I go through as a product owner. Then maybe a few of you take up the challenge and say, come, I run along this race with you, Dr. Clemen. And you all start giving me good ideas. I can build you a much better product. I mean, this product, according to many people, is already damn good, but I think still not good enough. Because the real Holy Grail is we can catch every damn spike out there. But that requires the same tool as the Chat GPT. That same artificial intelligence which we are trying to build right now. Alright? So I show you this to challenge you and to also tell you very, very honestly, we can't catch all the spikes in the world yet. Is it good enough for you all? Hello? Are you okay with that? Right? Because the moment we can do that, if we have the Holy Grail already. But reasonably, we catch enough of them. But not all. Alright? So we come back to here. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to select the day range. We can play these stocks here. Tomorrow you see the results. Or we have another two choices. Number two, let me give you the two other choices, right? Number one, play tonight. Or number two, play until the next cozy live trading for us is 20th of April. Or number three, we can play until a very important date, 3rd of May, which is the next FOMC meeting date. Or number four, we can play until 16th of May, which is the trade through the night. Alright? So, you see, all this decision boils down to a few criteria that we set up for ourselves. We say want to play tonight, no problem, you can play every night one. The robot is working every day for you. Or you can wait until play the date range from now until cozy live trading, which is also enlarging the number of companies you can look at. Or play until 3rd of May before they announce the interest rate hike, 3rd of May. Or lastly, play until 16th of May, because on 16th of May, trade through the night, that's the day when the data is fully refreshed and we have the transaction data of Q1 2023. Alright? So the decision to play is very flexible. This is always the framework. Now for me, I always look forward to cozy live trading. This is the one I enjoy really, really a lot. The other one I enjoy really, really a lot is the trade through the night. One night we fire 20 trades. Okay? But again, I stress, if you have not gone through sufficient baptism of fire, you will always ask very losing question. because it's self-defeating one. I know what some of you are already thinking. But you go through sufficient baptism of fire, you elevate your thinking beyond win or lose. You elevate your thinking to the next level already. And the next level is this. You start to think like a product owner. How can I catch the next spike? What other methods? Some other methods. How else can I make full use of the data? Because we have already given you all the data of the transactional activities of every money manager. Confirm you understand this part? You have everything for you to play already. It's your playground, all right? So once we've done this, we're going to demonstrate now. We have JP Morgan, and I'm going to show you the easiest way to go about doing this self-selection. It's always about A versus B, orange versus apple, right? So I will compare these two guys first, because the net positive purchase is almost similar, 4 billion. One is 4.9, one is 4.1. From there, I noted that the options almost negligible. I'm not going to look at it. What I want to focus, after I look at this box here, nothing else for me to look at already. For me, I don't look at other metrics. We put additional metrics out there for you all to play around, and can move mouse over to read the definition of it. But what is most important to me is this too, right? This is what's most important to me. So quite similar. I can't distinguish between the two. I'm trying to decide A or B. I go to this box right now. This is the lead investor box. First guy, 1.7 billion, 1.5 billion, close to 1 billion. First guy, 1.6 billion, close to 1 billion. Hey, this one dropped 700 million. And among the three lead investor, 36%, 70%, 15%. This is an increment compared to the previous quarter. We got one crazy guy put 120%. This 13 and 4% lose to these two guys over here. And I think JP Morgan maybe got a better chance. Right? So I self-select this way. Now I've done this, I can also take my JP Morgan to go through the same process with Wells Fargo. The amount of money invested here is much smaller already, right? And don't forget, this data does not consider the bank run in March, right? There was a major bank run in the month of March. So that happens in the last 2 weeks. The data does not take into account the bank run. We still have to consider that. And then we look at BlackRock and Citigroup. All these are bank related to the bank run, right? Again, small money. Any big names don't have. And I go down right here, all less than 500 million. I'm not so interested already, all right? I'm interested in big money first. So truly, what is our thesis for banks? So the question we ask, and the reason why you need to trade actively so that you know what the hell is going on. Because Warren Buffett said this about banks yesterday. Now I can show you because I'm in the market. But if you're not in the market, you can't even tell me what to look at. Please confirm with your hands. Yes. I can show you anything because I'm very active in the market. We are not through with bank failures. Tells why he sold most of his bank stocks except one. All right. Trip to Tokyo as a stamp of approval for investing in fund houses. Why he bought 5 Japanese trading houses. Okay. What is the bank stock that he didn't sell? I'm interested. So let's take a look. And let me log in. And here we go. Bank of America. Go back to a daily bread. Do we have Bank of America here? No. Bank of America. When is the earnings of Bank of America? We can also check very quickly. Come here, type in Bank of America. Go to step 3. April 18th. All right, so that's 5 days later. So let's check 18 April. Next Tuesday. Okay, so the company announced earnings next Tuesday. Now he has offloaded US Bank Corp, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, and JP Morgan. Holy moly. We are about to look at JP Morgan. Old man has dropped JP Morgan. Can you see that connection right now? Wave your hands. Yes? Straight off. Goldman Sachs, US Bank Corp, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan. Straight off. This one got killed. JP Morgan got killed. Wells Fargo's got killed. No need to see already. Citigroup didn't mention. Alright. So these two is already out. The moment Warren Buffett dropped them, they will have pressure already. Everybody knows. Alright. So we can't look at those guys already. Now I'm showing you this approach so that you are always investing in the right context. You are relevant to what's happening in the market now. And we continue. Depositors can rest assured their funds remain safe. All right, with the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. And he criticized the banking system for historically failing to punish his corporate leaders, such as during 2008 financial crisis. However, he approves the leadership at Bank of America. They got 12.9%, worth $29 billion. So let me take a look at BAC straight away. I don't want to miss out the dots. I want to look at the 1-year chart. And bottom left, 2020. It has gone below the pandemic. Pandemic is defined as $35. Right now it's trading at $28. Right? That's all I'm looking at. That means this stock is under pressure already. Okay? So may not be reasonable for us to go in also, because it shouldn't be trading below the pre-pandemic. It should be trading above. So it doesn't make any logic sense to me, but Warren Buffett want to defend the stock. Then you go on down. That's it. That's all mentioned about the banks by Warren Buffett. Okay? So because of this, right now we are limited in our choices. I don't want to take the risk to go against Warren Buffett. So JP Morgan is out. United Health, maybe we need to take a look. All right. So 4.1 billion. How about BlackRock? 1 billion. The lead investors putting not so much money. I go backtrack, United Health. Let's start. Okay, very good. Step 1, fundamental. 4 billion net positive purchase. Options, 95 million purchase of the call. So I typically just look at these two metrics. More than happy. Go to step 2, insider. All right. And here we go. Now, step 2 right now is showing you quarter 1, but the full data of quarter 1 not in yet until 17th of May. Let me give you the exact date. Until 16th of May, all right? So I'm going to click on the filter. Quarter 4. And this is what you see. 17 billion bought into the stock, led by 1,400 money managers, as opposed to those who are selling 1,185. Okay, I'm looking for quality and quantity. Next, I look under this column. The quality of purchase. 1.6 billion, 1 billion, 700 million, 700 million, 700 million, 500 million, 400 million, and so on. These are very big bets. And next, I look at momentum. 120%, 263%. Wow. It's very rare to see more than 100% because the distance between Q4 versus Q1 or Q3 versus Q4 is only 3 months apart. The company can't do much in that 3 months apart, but they decided to bet 100%, 200% more, right? And the pension fund increased by 250%. There's another guy right here, 16,000%. Man, crazy this guy, right? So you get to see all these numbers. And this is a sovereign wealth fund. Go down. Oi. Our top 100, James Simmons, put in 281 million. And you get a few of all these big players, including the retirement system, gone down. So many different players, all right? Then you have State Street. So far so good what I've seen. But there's many of them, like, 2,000 over, right? So 1,400 over of them. You got to take your time to study it. Next, I click on top 100. Universe net purchase, close to $1 billion. Very good. All right, among the top 100. Now, these guys are the fastest movers in the market, and I present to you left and right. On the left, these are the ones buying. Okay? Led by James Simmons. James Simmons is top 3 in our top 100. On the right, these are the ones who sold. Presented fairly for you all to view, right? Q3 only 154 million. Q4 1 billion. Big jump. Q2 negative. Q1 negative. So you can see from very negative 1.8 billion to negative 1 billion, then turn to positive 154 million, then turn positive 1 billion. So you can see the turning of tide. Confirm you understand this part? That there's a shift of thinking among the top 100. They probably know something. So this is what we're trying to investigate. What do they know? Step 2, under shareholder. There are lead investors all here. Lead shareholders are all buying. I just want to check through any big differences. These are all increasing their bets. Increasing the bets. So far, so good. I'm satisfied. I go to step 3, alerts. So on step 3 right now, let it load. I call my engineer. I think they're doing some work. Hold on a minute. Okay, load already. And you see how we present the data. This is like tomorrow announcing earnings. And then I go down. 27 news. All right, I need to kind of read through all these headlines and see anything pick up or not, all right? Whales are betting on the United Health Group. They're going to benefit from increased membership. I need to know what is this membership all about. Let's open up. What is this membership? All right, here we go. All right, because they're going to get contribution of the autumn health business, while its health insurance business will likely benefit from increased membership. Not only do we expect the company to navigate well over the latest quarter, our forecast indicates that United Health has more room for growth as discussed below. All right? So number one, revenues expected to align with consensus estimate. Very good. And they're going to see a double-digit steady sales growth led by increase in total membership. This is very, very powerful, all right? And you go on down. Attributed the rise in number of patients served under the company's value-based arrangement, including at-home services. Okay. Continue. Number two, EPS to be slightly above the consensus estimate. Number three, has more room to growth, reflecting an 18% upside from the current market price of 515. So they expect a price target of 607 as opposed to 515. All right, so these are all very good signs. And then go down here. Okay, done. Okay, I read the article. I'm happy about it. I continue go through the timeline. On the left hand side, this is called a vertical timeline. And these are the buyers buying it. I hope to see some insiders buying. Yes. These are the board of directors buying. Good. Not big amount, but they are all buying. 95,000. And one big one, 97 million here. I want to see the management team. Aha. This is the management team, but they are not buying big chunk, right? So small amount of money here. Go on down. I'm looking for big purchase. Still not big enough. I'm looking for $1 million purchase. Voya put in $5.2 billion. Holy moly, this one is big. All right. Any other thing that caught my attention? The CEO bought $9.7 million. Average price 489. Today 526. That's the power of the CEO. You follow that guy, you already made money. Okay? The CFO also bought 7.3 million. The chief legal officer also bought 1.9 million. So this guy has the support of the institutional money managers, the board of directors, and the management team. Please confirm you see that. Yes? Okay, so this a very, very slow, enjoyable process we've gone through. And finally, step 4, we look at the charts. Now I want you to do one step on the chart, and that is this. Click on this guy called View Full Chart. Dun. Then on the bottom right, you see this slider. All right, I want you to slide before to the time frame before 2022, so that you get to see all this. All right, you see what I want you to see like this: positive 5.5, positive 1.8, then you have a negative, and then you have a positive 4.1. All right, so for every box there's a positive, means the stop price went up. This one is positive, they went up in the last race. This one negative, went down, sell off. This one positive, positive 4.1, went up. And if I take the 4 quarters and I draw a big box covering the 4 red boxes, all right, today the stop price is trading right here, right there. You're going alongside with all these insiders. You're trading alongside with them. You feel very safe on, all right? Because they are all waiting to take profits when the price goes above the highest price here, the top of the big red box. This is what everybody's waiting for, right? So I think there's some catalyst, some major things that's going to happen, and then we can catch the spike. So I've gone through the 4 steps. What would you do? Would you buy the stock? Right? How many of you would buy the stock? Wave your hands. How many of you will walk away, don't want to touch the stock? How many of you still thinking what to do next? Right? So same information, different interpretation. And once I finish the analysis, I want to fire off the trade already. I won't waste time on. So I go to UNH. This is the chart. And I can put on the simple moving average 50 days, turn it to green. And I put on another simple moving average 200 day. And this is the red. And you see for yourself, the green has remained above the red until this point in time. The 50-day went below the 200-day. And it's still below, right? But guess what happened here? The candles have already went above the red line. So, one more time. You can only see this if you start from bottom left 2020 until now. This is a very, very, very strong stock. Very rare you get to see a stock like this, right? It's almost like inflation proof. So that's my takeaway for UNH. So let's sum it up. Fundamental, am I happy? Yes, universe net stock purchase. We walk away from the banks because yesterday Warren Buffett dumped all the banks except Bank of America. We better don't go and trade against him, all right, on that. Number 2, insiders, are they supporting it? Yes, very, very supportive. Number 3, under alerts analysis, did we spot the management team board directors buying it? Yes. Do we have the catalyst for the price to go up on a higher price target? They are aiming for 600. Yes. Number 4, technical analysis. We draw the 4 boxes. We say, holy moly, we are trading alongside with all these great institutional traders. The price target just now, remember, is 607. So if I move the chart up and down, can you see we can move the chart up and down? Until on the price, here you can see 600. I can literally draw like this. One more time. Can you see I can literally draw the line to imagine how it will cross above 600. Because this red line I drawn is almost similar, almost resting on top of the 200-day simple moving average line. Means it's a very strong line. Everybody expecting it to break above 600, okay? Then with that in mind, we'll take out our app right now, IB app. Very, very simple. Once you take out IB app, just go to place to look for it. How to place the order. I'll spend more time on this tomorrow. I see whether I can find you the slides for that. It will be something like this, right? All right? So if you are using IB, you go to this place here, bottom called trade. Then, once you arrive at the page there, you go click on code. Okay? So that's what you need to do. Trade followed by code. So please do that right now. Okay, UNH, trade followed by code, UNH, ticker symbol is UNH. And it's a New York Stock Exchange stock. I'm going to buy stock. All right, so once you've done that, the next thing you see is something like this. The next thing you see is something like this, right? You arrive at this page, just remember that at the bottom there, there's this blue button called buy. Tap on the button called buy. Okay? Now after you tap on the button called buy, you go to the next page. You arrive something like this. Hold on now, let me show you. You arrive to this page that looks like this. So we're going to change the number of shares. Now, remember you have a 5% golden commandment. You can buy 0.1 share fractional shares, or depending on what is your budget, all right? So now I'm going to adjust my budget. And I'm going to buy, what is the stop price right now? Let me check. 526. And tomorrow is going to announce earnings. I must get the order filled tonight. I don't have much time to bargain. Going to change this to 5 days. This is the intra trading. I think I can get it at 526. I'm going to bargain it at 526 per share. And not only that, I'll maintain time in force is good for the day, so that if I didn't get transacted today, tomorrow after the spike up, I'm not interested already, all right? Make sure it's also a limit order. And the price I buy, limit price is 526. Double check, I'm happy. Hang on a minute. Gonna buy more. Double check, happy. Fire away. Okay, I've done already. I fired the trade. It's under orders. Alright? So once you fire the trade, you realize it's this whole thing, press the button, is a very simple thing. Don't get too hang up about it. And you want to see where's your order, you go back to here. Always go back to the bottom button called trade. Then on this page, you tap on the order here. And you see your order there nicely, all right? Okay? So we're done for this entire round here. And then I see whether any follow-up questions from the audience, all right? So we really cover a lot today. Tomorrow we still got one more module 4 to cover for day 1. All right, so day 1. Okay, I think we're done on that. Okay, any questions from the floor regarding this whole journey? I open up and let me send out a tweet. Any questions related to this health stock? Don't have to mention the ticker symbol, just talk very generic and let me fire off. And I give you 1 minute to ask me any questions on this whole flow finally arriving at United Health. All right? So 1 minute, please do that right now.
I see something, it's coming up on the horizon. Oh, let me clear my head and get rid of the distractions. Oh, I was down when I saw you in the clouds. Night and days filled with doubt. I was drifting in and out, levitate, fade away. I had left full time and space, but you just caught my eye. Hey, nah, please won't you come over? Let me get to know ya. Hey, nah, delve into emotion, leave us in this moment. Let your mind be free, stop holding.
Okay, very good. So the questions are in. I encourage you guys keep firing the questions. All right, this is the final part for day 1, after which we'll do a master summary. All right. So here we go. From Krishna, really interesting and greater knowledge empowering. That's good. Thank you for your feedback. Eric, can you explain about the 2 lines you draw? What does it represent? Now the 2 lines I drawn is what we call a moving average line. All right? This is the maximum I ever put on my chart. I never put any other thing. It's just to tell me if I want to draw a line, I should draw my line following where? So let's take, for example, I want to draw a straight line. Can you see I just sit on top of this red line here? And just draw my straight line to sit on top as much as possible on the 200-day simple moving average line. That's how I draw my red line to find the correct gradient using the 200-day simple moving average. Now, the moment you see any stock that's like this consistently, is a very strong stock. Then I introduce the green line. The green line is to tell us at which point in time did the green line cross over the red line. Okay? So right here, on this spot. But on that spot, do you not realize that the candle, the current price candle has already gone above that intersection spot? Means it has recovered already from whatever bad news, strange news, rumor news or whatever, it has recovered already. So that's the only reason why I use the simple moving average. Now when will it spike? Tomorrow. Why tomorrow? Because they're going to announce earnings. Don't forget, how we arrive at all this whole bunch of things, right? We were at United Health, and the first thing just now we did on step 3 was to do what? Click on the 27 news mention and open up the Forbes article. Right? They believe they're going to have a very, very good earnings tomorrow. So once they announce the earnings tomorrow, the stock price will spike up. Very simple one. It's just this logic. So we have to plan to teach you how to exit tomorrow. All right? So that's the whole journey we've gone through. No, it's not expensive because you never use fractional trading. Now, one share is $500. Can all of you please test on your IB right now? Can you buy like 0.1 under quantity? Please give a thumbs up, show the rest. Can you buy 0.1? Yeah, so what is expensive? You can buy 0.1 means $50 only. You can definitely afford it. All right, so make sure you all pick up all these details. Teng Lam, very clear, good. From Yon, do you buy UNH? I buy UNH because I'm trying to show you how to place the order. That was from my previous screen capture of PANW. All right, but we are buying UNH, not PANW. Okay, refresh. Any more questions on this particular game? Oh my gosh. How long do you hold? Why are you asking me this question? Hey, something is wrong here. We were playing what? We are playing daily bread. And the daily bread strategy says that we only hold for 1 day. Get in today, get out tomorrow, 1 day. We are not going to hold. Tomorrow we expect the guy to spike up and we'll get out already. Very fast one, all right? Now, then tomorrow we'll tackle what if it didn't spike up, it moves sideways or spike down. That one we'll teach you tomorrow, okay? Please remind me of the trade limit. Had to do on laptop, not phone. Now, this is very, very important. Do not trade on your laptop. All of our students are trained to trade on your mobile phone. Please do not trade on your laptop. Because, why? On the IBKR mobile app, it's designed so simple, it's clean. You don't get distracted with many, many things. And the beauty of trading on a mobile phone is you can be rushing to the toilet, you are traveling in different cities, you just take and fire off. How many of you are already very accustomed to trading on a mobile app? Wave your hands, show everybody, right? You're very accustomed because it's the cleanest way to trade. Now, I've seen too many traders spend all their time trying to figure the trading platform or the brokerage system. This is fundamentally wrong. Your time should be spent analyzing the stock, not how to use the crazy features on the trading platform. Don't do that. That's a waste of time. All right? So we are just very clean. Everything just on the mobile app. And tomorrow I'll show you some powerful screens to use. All right? Trade limit. My trade limit is $560 per share. Is that what your question? Yeah, no, 526, sorry. $526 per share. And please look up. We need to get in tonight. Meaning to say, before you sleep, if your trade is not transacted, just make sure you transact at whatever price it is allowing you to transact, all right? So, let me show you right now how to do that. Hang on a minute. You see, I need to transfer my files across the device and to show you in a supersonic speed. Hang on. I gotta go to my WhatsApp desktop. It's loading. see any other questions. Okay. 1 minute. Hang on, it's coming. All right. You can look at. No, let me do it a proper way. Let me download. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, look at this. Let me double check. And here we go. So please watch. My limit price is 526. Now, whenever we are trading, there is always a bid price on the left, and then there's a ask price on the right. Okay? So if you see the left and the right, it means that this is called a bid, and this is called a ask. Okay? To adjust like this. So, whenever we are buying, we buy under ask, sell under bid. What do I mean by that? If right now you place an order for 526.64, guaranteed you get transferred, you will get transacted immediately. Because this price is shown to you by the market makers. He is willing to sell to you at 526.64. But we are not willing to do that because we want to bargain before we sleep. Alright? So I bargain at 526 and let it go up, go down. I hope over like 20, 30 minutes, you drop 526, ding, I'm transacted at 526. But because tonight I'm on sleeping pill, because I took the the flu pill, I need to knock out after the class. And before I sleep, if the price is showing 526.64, I will immediately come through here and change it to 526.64 to transact it before I go to bed. Alright? So I entered the trade before the earnings is announced tomorrow. So that's what I meant. If you want to use options, what's the strike price and time frame? Now, for such an expensive stock price, I don't encourage you to use option. That's the big difference between when to play options and when to play stocks. Typically, we go through that during our cozy live trading, not in the 2 days class, all right? So if you want to get serious about options trading, I encourage you to sign up for the cozy live trading. Go down here. When you buy, you don't usually attach profit taker. No, I don't do that. Don't have to do that. I want to make sure I'm looking at all these prices, really focusing, give my best attention to it. And then tomorrow, whether it's go up, down, or sideways, then I come and manually adjust it. So I have a discipline to come back again to look at it. So you all need to have this discipline, all right? When do we set the sell order? So tomorrow, typically before the opening bell, usually about 1 hour before the opening bell, which is at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you will know the results of the earnings. Now you can also check that against the Yahoo chart on the top left-hand corner. They will show you the pre-market price or the post-market price. Then you know whether there's a spike up or spike down. All right, so that's what we're going to do tomorrow. You are basing your decision has been the downtrend. So how can we select not only Q4 but also on Q1 data? But remember, Yon, Q1 data is not fully out until 16th of May. We can't rush it. Every money manager is waiting until the last day. The 45th day counted from the last day of the previous quarter. So you take last day of March and you add 45 days. 30 days, April, 1 month gone. The remaining 15 days is 16th of May. Then the data will be out for Q1. All right, so I hope you guys understand about this part. The data is not out means it's not out. We cannot force them to show us. All right. Oops. So this one is done. One last refresh. Oh, suddenly got more already. Malaysia, even with good earnings results, not much spike. First of all, in Malaysia, it's already a cornered market. You cannot play in the domestic market. It's against you. All right. We also have the data of Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Shenzhen, and those markets, when there are more institutions compared to retail, you are always cornered on, right? So you will not see spikes in your Bursa Malaysia. I can use Smart to trade, right? So yes, you can also use the other broker, Smart. They also do fractional trading. Just go ahead and place your order. Yeah, we buy limit at 526, right? Why you all keep asking me this question? They are not. Yeah, it's 526, right? How can put money to the account? If you haven't wire transfer your money, it's too late already. You can't put money right now. I don't know. You have to go through the setup process. Ask our angels how to do that. Liz, how come you're asking me this question? All of you not paying attention. Come on. I'm not going to tell you. No question, teacher Layong. Okay, good. Good. Let's sum up what we've gone through today, all right? We've gone through really a lot. And we were able to push all the way until day 1 of module 3, all right? So let me give you the big picture right now. Here we go. So everybody, please give me your best attention. We're going to do a big summary right now of day 1. Okay. Day 1, when you arrive, first thing, we go through with you, understanding the market and identifying opportunities, of which the module 1, introduction to high profit short-term trading, we really go through the nuances, the really big details about long-term investing versus short-term trading. These two parts, we must get it right, or else you will struggle. That's why I spend a lot of time on this part, on the module 1. The module 2, key players and consistent profits, is to show you today you have full access to every single money manager on Wall Street. Complete access. Now it's really up to our creativity, how we manipulate the data to design a method. Which brings us to number 3, stock price spikes and their causes, which is the design of number 1, COSI, the design of war, and the design of the fiat method. So together, they formulated the best approach for us to predict spikes that will happen tomorrow under daily bread. So we've gone through from beginning until the end just to arrive at one stock UNH. Now, tomorrow there's only 3 outcomes. Spike up, spike down, or go sideways. But end of the day, we feel peaceful. Why? This stock has the backing of majority of insiders. This stock is also performing well under the current climate. Simply by looking at the technical chart, it has survived the crossover and then recover again. So all it takes right now is for tomorrow for the company to announce a great earnings, and then we can capture some profits. So ladies and gentlemen, you have survived day 1 of the training, and your homework for tonight is, please prepare all the questions that you want to ask. I'm sure it takes some time for you to internalize, take some time for you to click here, click there, get used to it. Don't worry, when you hang out with us, you learn really fast. I don't allow you to slow down, right? So make sure you have the full support of our angels. You can WhatsApp them. But for trading, investment related question, please reserve that in the class to ask me. Thank you very much for your cooperation today. I look forward to meeting with all of you once again tomorrow. Thank you. You have completed day 1. Good night. God bless you. Good night. Thank you.
I try so hard to fade away.
Bye-bye.